Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think we're good to go. Sorry everybody for the little bit of a late start, like a 1 minute late start, but basically my camera's been giving me some issues. I think my GPU has been getting overheated a tad, so I might have to dust it off. But like when I'm talking and using Streamlabs over the past few weeks, well, mostly when I'm testing stuff out, it feels like the picture that you guys see, it kind of freezes, even though my camera's working, everything's working. The GPU is just not working properly with Streamlabs, so I'm having some issues with that. But anyway, hope you guys all had a good weekend. I took a little bit of a long weekend for a couple of reasons. I had my grandfather's birthday, stressed out life, and all that type of cool stuff. And then I started working out again a little bit. Well, not working out again, but working out more aggressively. And that's been a hoot. I've been cramping up a lot, but it's I guess been worth it, if you ask me. But hey, Round Earth, hey, Sin, hey, The Real Transporter. Hope you guys are all having a good day. A lot to talk about today, especially with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just annoying the crapola out of me. You can't swear too early in a YouTube video or you get in trouble. But basically, it's annoying me quite a bit here. We'll be going into some of the data about this a little bit later, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's going on as far as the world and stuff like that. And hey, Kevin, happy to see you in Maximum Profit. Actually, let me start from the beginning here, because I'm going to just get rid of all this stuff, because I think I actually dragged some stuff off here. Actually, can I just... There you go. So a couple things I know as people are joining on. I haven't been on stream, I don't think, since like last winter or something like that. Sorry again for that. I've just been preoccupied with life stuff. I've been rearranging my garage because I'm about to start like a little cigar thing in there as well. I've been working on a couple videos. I put out an hour video this morning, which I'm pretty excited about. It's a long-term grinder, but it has some nuggets of information. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, a whole bunch of other stuff, and then of course some news events. Loki wants to say hello. Sorry, my desk is a little bit dirty. I have a thing of water right here. I think he wants to say hi. You can say hi. He has his chew toy, and he's he's very excited about it, but I don't think he wants me to take it. Bloop. Jesus, look at this. Yeah, But anyway, happy to see all of you guys back. There we go. And hey, Pablo, happy to see you as always. Thanks for being a mod. And right there, what's up, Bitcoin fam? So far, Bitcoin's doing well. So pretty much, I had a few shorts. They all kind of got crushed. I'm going to open up another one if we get closer to 44,000 here and just kind of see where it goes over the next few weeks. But basically, Bitcoin had a rally, and well, I'm always happy to see Bitcoin go up, but my portfolio was not happy to see it go up all the way. Take a look at the 4-hour chart here. Once we kind of bottomed out on Tuesday here, we started to come up a little bit. We found a little bit of support. And then we had this big pop-off that came off of this initial breakout. You had some buy signals in here, but I wasn't doing any real trading for the most part. I was basically just waiting to see what was going to happen. And then, of course, what I did is I opened up some shorts right here at the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. I was hoping that I might be able to make a little bit of profit. Basically, I scaled out like maybe 10% of my position. And then we broke back above here after coming down. I moved that stop loss, which was over here, back down to here. Basically, I made a teeny bit, but I actually lost money off of fees, so that's the way I'm looking at it, as a loss. But anyway, over the past few days, Bitcoin has been booming, and this really makes me kind of wonder of what's going to happen next, because I still don't think Bitcoin will just like skyrocket like it. And well, let me just show you guys this. It won't just skyrocket and go to the moon from here. Normally, what I think would happen is a little bit more consolidation would be happening, and then after that consolidation, we have somewhat of a stronger move. You can almost think of a little bit of what was going on back over here in 2020 with the COVID pandemic. You can kind of ignore that move down here, but you don't even have to look at this as being like that long term type of thing. Even if you're looking over here, we consolidate for a while, and then we eventually take off. I'm still kind of in the mindset that's going to be happening, but I might be proven wrong by the Bitcoin price action here over the next few weeks. So I know the MACD isn't turned bearish yet on the weekly charts. I know that, but I'm basically just kind of waiting to see what happens next, because if we do start to have another churn here, I still want to be able to buy enough crypto to, make me happy, so to speak, or find a good opportunity to buy and see what happens next. Because all I've been able to do here is lose a little bit of money on shorts, and then I guess I've been dollar cost averaging quite a bit. But the dollar cost averaging is more for like, all-time high situation, things like that. Let me go over here to Fairdesk. Instead of being down $980, I'm only down $400 now. But most of my positions, as you guys might see, are still down a little bit here. And if I look over here every now and again, it's just because I'm making sure my face hasn't frozen. Because if my GPU messes up, basically what you guys are going to see is this right here. It's just going to freeze in some awkward pattern. And I'm going to still continue the stream, but I'm basically just going to take that off there so you guys can't see my frozen head. But yeah, so I'm watching to see what happens next. Hey, Nico, happy to see you back. Shane, as always. Is it possible for Solana to do a 10x from here to the next bull run? I mean, it's possible. Solana's had a really good run up so far. Let me see where Solana is at compared to where it was just a few weeks ago. Because I know a couple people that have just been loading up on Solana for the past year. I did not load up on Solana with them. I probably should have in hindsight. But they're like, you know, they're the technology whizzes and whatnot. This is a daily chart for Solana. You can see a little bit of a false breakout here, which really bugged me. We had another breakout right here, following a death cross, which is interesting, but Bitcoin takes precedent, I would say. But we're breaking above this order block. Let me back this up a little bit. Let's remove the drawings. If you're looking for another 10x here, right? Just make sure I can see that. Yeah, 10x. I would say it can happen, but you're really going to be hoping that it's not going to be a tap type of event where it gets up there for a little bit and comes back down. When I see Solana, I think of a heavy market cap. I think of how much money is going to have to flow in there in order to make that happen. So, you know, I wouldn't bet the whole house on it, but I would be scaling out at certain levels. Like maybe it can get, you know, all-time high is right over here on 259. I think it could at least get back up to 350, or excuse me, 259, then go to 350, probably higher than that. But let me go back over here. If you really want that, I'm sure it'll happen over time, but it's still kind of up in the air if you ask me. Like, you know, for sure is it going to happen, but it's a good solid bet if you're asking me. I'm dollar cost averaging it, but I'm not loading up on it. I already missed the load up period for Solana. It was a while ago with the Luna Terra crash and stuff like that. And there's Bitcoin trying to break out again right here, or in fact is kind of making some new highs relative to everything else. All right, there we go. And hey, Kevin, what platform do I trade in the US? Kevin, I use Fairdesk, but I'm about to get a new sponsor here. And I'm going to start working with them on Monday. If you wait a couple days, I can tell you more about it. It's going to be I suck at pronouncing the name, so I'm gonna have to practice it. But let me help you out here, Kevin. If I can find it. There you go. These guys, Bidefy, I think that's how you pronounce it, but you know, if I'm not entirely sure, I mess up. Only big difference between this one and a lot of the other ones, I would say, is there's just no copy trading, but I don't think copy trading should be mandatory for an exchange. But you know, they have the same type of leverage and things like that. Of course, you know me, I will be turning all this into dark mode once I actually have an account set up with them, and I'll try it out and let you know how I like it. But it seems that, you know, I have to log in to do the leverage and stuff, but it seems like the leverage is fine. I've seen a few other exchanges like it. One of my friends trades it. That's the only reason I am taking actually the deal, but he says he likes it quite a bit. So wait a little bit, I can give you an affiliate link for that one, because I know you've been trying to get on the Fairdesk, but they've been having issues, and better not do, even though they're sponsoring my channel, I'm not going to tell you to keep butting your head against the wall trying to get on their platform. But yeah, I will be that's news, I guess. I'm going to be getting another sponsor here. So it'll be Fairdesk and the other sponsor. That way you guys have more options. And if you guys want to, you can use the affiliate links that support the channel, keep the streams up and stuff like that. But you know, it's not like I'm tracking who does it or not. I don't have the time even if I wanted to. That seems like a boring task anyway. Is there any chance that Bitcoin will retest the 42,000 zone again? Yeah, like right now, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. We can easily come back down here. In the scheme of things, the volatility over the Bitcoin ETF has really messed up a lot of technicals. And it's even what's confusing me quite a bit here, but we'll talk about that. Well, we already talked about that. But we did just make a fresh low right here. We'll see how this works out. You know, maybe we'll have some type of crazy week like this where we're having a big old pump up to what, $50,000 or something like that. That's always a possibility. That resistance level up here is around 49,000. So again, it is possible, but typically when I see these type of big moves and I see all the weekly charts getting more bearish and the dailies getting kind of bullish, I would probably take a chance going long here, especially since I just lost on the short side of the stick, the short side of the trade. And I'd probably see what happens next. What you're really waiting for in the short term here, and by short term I mean like next few hours, is a little bit of a high. Go to the 15-minute chart. We're trying to break out above that right now. It looks like we have all the momentum to do it pretty easily. After that, you're probably going to see us try to go up towards $44,000, $45,000. After that, it's kind of like, do you want to take your profits or you want to leave them on a little bit longer? The easiest answer is just to scale out. That's usually what I would do. But you can see that we're trying to make a good push for it. We already broke above both the moving averages on the daily here. That was surprising to me. And now we're just looking for one last resistance before we start trying to go back up here. If you guys believe in fair value gaps as long as this has been, you know, you might be looking at somewhere around like $45,000 as a level of resistance, or somewhere maybe a little bit like 44,500 or about. But at this point, we're just looking for another big another big pop to get Bitcoin up, probably another $500 to $600 today. If you look at some of these other altcoins here, you know, Ethereum's looking to break out and have a huge move above the 50. It might get all the way up here to 2,400 tonight or today. ADA already broke out, has an opportunity to hit another level of resistance. Dogecoin broke out yesterday, has an opportunity to actually go pretty high today. AMP, not the best, but you know, there's an opportunity if it wants to just break out. AMP does some wild stuff because it's low market cap. Ape token, still the same thing. It's up against some moving averages. Arbitrum's up against the 20. That could have a nice little pop. AVAX already popped above it. Anxis, same thing. BNB. So yeah, there's a few opportunities here. Bonk might be something people are interested in, but no, that's a meme token right there. But we can put Bitcoin on right here and just kind of watch it because it looks like it has all the momentum it needs. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Shane. Let's see. And hey, Tommy Tycoon, I live in Belgium over here. If you make a few trades a year, you don't pay taxes on any asset. The term for that here is investing as a good family man. Oh, day trading is a 30% tax. Yeah, it's rough as far as taxes go out here in the United States, but I don't know. You know, after a while, you just get used to it. It does take away from the money you make, of course, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just happy that I'm able to trade. I have good internet, you know, stuff like that. I hate taxes, but you know, I'm not going to rally against taxes. Like, everybody go vote for no taxes, you know. Yeah, it sucks. I wish I didn't have to pay taxes. Maybe one day I'll move to somewhere that doesn't have taxes and stuff like that. See, and hey, thoughts on Rose? I haven't talked about Rose in ages. Okay, Loki. Loki's over here trying to get free belly rubs or back rubs. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about Rose since it looks like it broke down all the way over here, so that's been a hot minute. Alright. So at worst, it looks like it's trying to make another lower high here at best. Maybe we'll be looking at some type of longer term breakout here. Typically, when I see a chart that looks like this, my first instinct is to say double top. You can see the 20-week moving average is going back up. You can see the 50s kind of going over here. They're not really too important. They'll be important, it looks like, in March. So, a little bit of time away. On the daily chart here, let's see. We had that death cross. That wasn't good. But it's come down quite a bit, and this goes for a lot of altcoins right now. Yeah, it came down 41% from the highs. That's quite a bit. And if you did buy this dip, and let's not say the bottom here, but when you change of character, you're still up around 7%, which is pretty nice. Has it actually had the breakout yet, though? It's on the verge of having a pretty decent breakout here. So if you want to buy that breakout, you can probably play it back up from 11 cents. I'm giving general numbers here. Up towards 13 cents. That'd be a decent amount of profit. I don't know what the market cap of this is, but the way it's been moving around, that's a lot of percentage to shed away, value to shed away. How much has it gone up since September? 300%, 200% from then. Yeah, so you're still in a good spot. I might wait for that breakout, though, just to be safe. It does kind of have a feeling of a longer-term downtrend here, but you know what? Just because it's not coming all the way back down here, maybe it doesn't have to. Maybe the higher lows can just stick around and keep it going. This is just a monthly chart. 1 day, 22 hours. Yeah, I mean, we have enough. I mean, this month is obviously going to be red, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a following green month that continues to move up higher. This looks like something you definitely want to be holding for a while, though, based off just how much the thing has popped off. 2021. So this one had a little bit of an abnormal rally compared to what Bitcoin was doing. Sometimes that's what you're looking for on here, too. 5-minute chart. I just want to see it break out. Oh, it's really hitting that level of resistance. Okay, we'll go to the 50-minute chart so we can zoom out. See what happens next. There we go. Extra guacamole time for Taco Tuesday tomorrow. I would kill for some tacos. I do have stuff at the house to make tacos. I think I need salsa and sour cream. That's what I need. But I've been cooking like the USDA prime grade steak. I don't cook steak like a fancy bougie person. If I have a nice steak, I'll toss it in like the, what do you call those? The Ninja grill. I'll wait for it to be medium rare because you just plug in the temperature thermometer and it cooks it perfectly. You slice it up. Well, actually, you cook it rare. You slice it up. You put it on top of chips and cheese, and then you grill it for like 10 minutes, or not even. And then it cooks it to medium rare, and then you put some extra cheese on top of it. Oh, and then sour cream, guacamole, and toppings. It works out perfectly. 50% tax. That's crazy. I feel like they should tax you if I know Europe likes to tax a lot. We talk about it over here in America, how much people get taxed over than Europe. And you guys get a whole bunch of stuff for it, of course. But I always wish it was like you're taxed on how much money you're bringing in. So like if you're only bringing in like, let's say 1,000 euros a year or something, or 5,000 euros a year, you shouldn't be taxed if you're making under, 80,000 euros or something. But I don't know how status necessarily works as far as financial status in the Europe. It's kind of like how every state over here, $50,000 may be okay in Idaho, but $50,000 will get you killed over here in Washington State as far as like what you can do with your money. It's kind of like those situations. Hey Pablo, it's really good. I've been really lazy about cooking food lately. I've been dieting more, which kind of sucks as far as like how good of food I can make. But what I've been doing is I've just been taking more time working on my dinner, which means I can make better tasting food that's healthier, but it takes more time to cook basically, which kind of sucks because I really don't usually have much time. But I've been making time and doing some, what do you call that? You prep your meals. You kind of make your food on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then kind of eat through the rest of the week. I do my Monday and Tuesday food on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday food on Wednesday, and so forth. It works out okay. It's just time consuming. All right, let me go over here very fast. I just want to see if there's any news on this topic, because no, it looks like nothing. Okay, so a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. This week is going to get volatile. We have it looks like big tech earnings coming up. Based off of how the last earnings kind of went, I would say we're probably going to have a blockbuster earnings this time again, and we're going to see some really good stuff. It's been under the radar, I would say, over the last couple quarters, but you guys have been hearing about it, I would say, off and on, is a lot of tech giants or tech companies have been doing layoffs because they feel like they haven't done enough layoffs since 2022. And I think that's going to help out the bottom line quite a bit. And when it comes down to the numbers coming out over the next couple weeks, because it'll really just be 2 weeks, you're going to see some explosive moves from things like Nvidia again, Google, things like that. They're probably all going to have some really great moves because all of a sudden everybody's investing in what's going on. I know I've been kind of bearish as far as 2024 is concerned, but the way the market's going, it's just ripping regardless of what people are necessarily spending. A lot of what we're seeing happening is a lot of sloshing between company money. It's not necessarily the consumer, me and you, going out and buying a bunch of stuff. We're doing a decent amount. We're not doing the bare minimum. We're doing above that. We're doing fine. We're not doing great, but we're doing fine. But really, corporate money is just sloshing around like crazy, and it's having some massive effects on what these people can show on their balance books. Last thing as far as what this week entails, I'm starting to keep an eye. I was talking with one of my friends, and we were discussing, you guys remember the Silicon Valley Bank disaster a couple years back, or a while back? I don't know what caused this, but kind of out of the blue, we saw that the Federal Reserve, they're raising the interest rates on those specific loans. So if I go over here, maybe I should actually type it up. Bank. See if I can find an actual article on it. No, I can't find it. It's something from bookings.com. No, I can't find it. Okay, it's not a big deal. But I'll be watching that, and when I can find the information I was looking at earlier, I'll bring it up for you guys. Let's see. I'm trading 24/7, also building blockchain application for real-world use cases. I mean, that's definitely a good way to make money. And one of the things I've been learning is I've been talking to a whole bunch of people in the field, kind of going to crypto meetups around Seattle, and you guys know there's a lot of tech around Seattle. Most of the money at this point is being invested in different forms of infrastructure. Infrastructure. Then you get into some monetary applications like transferring money, transferring funds. That's pretty good. And then you get down to some of the other things like, gaming or just things that a company would not want to invest in. You may get venture capital, but companies, they are going heavy into infrastructure. So if you're building something that can support something, basically, it could be the what's the best way to say it? It could be the financial infrastructure. It could be the infrastructure of financial tools, infrastructure of gaming tools. It could be anything. It just has to be infrastructure. You're going to see a lot of people going into that. And of course, as you guys might imagine, the infrastructure of AI. When you see people doing AI infrastructure, like a Fetch AI or any of the AI cryptocurrencies we talked about, I don't think it's 100%. This isn't 100% like a blanket, but I feel like a lot of these guys are getting paid like between $200,000 to $1 million by a regular AI company like a Google or an Nvidia or something like that, and basically they're spending their extra time working on these blockchain projects because they know that's what's going to take them from millionaire to hundreds of millions of dollars, because they can just go around and sell it to their bosses, basically. Well, I don't know about that, but they could. But anyway, I'm watching those type of things really closely. But like some of the, do I have these right here? AI. Yeah, like right here on the top right hand corner. I know I'm not zoomed in too much today, but I have about like 7 different AI stocks and companies I've been dollar cost averaging into. Some of these are better than others. This is a Big Bear AI. This one's been okay so far since I started loading up on it. But you know what? If you zoom out, look at the chart, it's still kind of anybody's guess if this company is going to really thrive or not. I'm making a profit, but I'm hoping it really doesn't start coming back down here and making new lows. That would just be sad. You got stuff like Matek. This thing's actually been doing a lot better. I've been more happy about this one. But again, this thing has been around for a long time. It's not something new and AI flashy. So again, I'm not really expecting it to go to the moon. Hopefully over the next decade it can, but it's a long-term bet. Nerdy, think of AI in schools. It's found a bottom. It's doing okay. I'm waiting to see what happens next. SoundHound, again, not as profitable, not as nice. A lot of these companies are not making a full-on profit. That's why you're investing them now. Hopefully they can turn around and make some money down the road. But I'm basically just being very patient with them to see what happens next. Now we're getting over to Data. That one's fine. It's up 6% today, actually. That's pretty nice. But the cryptocurrencies here, Fetch AI, this is the weekly chart. Fetch AI is doing very, very well. It's pretty close to all-time highs here, which I'm really excited about. I've been loading up on this one for a while too. Actually, I even have some longs, I think, on Fairdesk with this one. Yeah, Fet right here. Oh yeah, that one's one of the ones that's up. It's up 20%. I should probably buy more of this, but oh yeah, I've only bought one on this one, haven't I? That one is a 2x. Let me buy some more of this very fast. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm buying Fetch. There you go. I'm not buying a lot. I'm literally buying $100 worth with a 2x leverage. I moved my average up a little bit too, but that's fine. NMR, another one right here. I'm hoping this one comes up a little bit better. You can see it kind of opened up at the wrong time in 2021. Hoping it has a pop, and then Ajax right here. This one scares me a little bit because we're kind of on the verge of crashing below the 20-week moving average. But I'm holding out that we can have a dip and rip type of effect. We just got our 50-week moving averages in here. And the daily, of course, looking to break out today. I'm hoping it'll have a larger move. But anyway, back over here. Wow, we still are having, not a lot, just a little bit of trouble breaking out above that level. 4-hour chart right there. And what's right here? Hey, called Chili's. Yeah, I can take a quick peek at it. It doesn't look too bad as far as I'm concerned. You're still looking at it kind of pumping up a little bit week by week. You are heading for a pretty stiff level of resistance, but the way this resistance looks, I mean, you can see the order block that's kind of right here where we got tapped down before. You would probably factor that into it, maybe around 11.5 cents. But realistically, if you get a good pump going over the next week or so, if Bitcoin really does have this turnaround moment, you're going to be looking at kind of the higher end of this, which to me is kind of around 14 cents. That'd be, I don't know, what is that? A pretty decent profit from here. Yeah, like a 30% profit. On the shorter time frames, though, looks like a bearish consolidation phase, but because Bitcoin's looking bearish, you're going to see a lot of people try to buy into this. And if you don't want to buy into it right now, kind of during this consolidation, you could just wait for a breakout and see if it continues to go a little bit higher. Typically, when I see stuff like this, I'm a little bit concerned just because of that. I don't want to see us break this trend. It's kind of a weird trend. I've had a few breakouts here. It looks like breakout retest continue to chug on. But now you kind of see that pattern forming up, and it feels like you want to break down a little bit more, consolidate, then make a higher move. Go back over here to the daily chart. So those are your two options right there. Either break down, try to find some support kind of around 9.5 cents, 9.7 cents, or you could try to buy right here off the trend line and hope that it goes a little bit higher. Notice that if you do go to the daily chart and do the wicks, you do have a little bit more wiggle room here to actually wait for that breakout. Typically, again, you know, since Bitcoin's looking pretty bullish, you might be able to see this go up a little bit higher. I guess the prudent thing to do, the safe thing to do would be just to wait for the breakout there and see if it goes much higher after that. Or you could see if you could buy any drops that come out of the woodwork here if we decide to break down. There we go. And hey, sorry, I was about to call you Bitcoin Earth. Hey, Round Earth, I'm raising my end of the year target on Bitcoin to 120. I still believe in Satoshi Sheeb can parity by 2035. 1 cent equal 1 Satoshi equal 1 Sheeb. I mean, there's oh, hold on a second. YouTube's trying to get me to give you guys an ad. I want to skip it. Sheeb has something special about it right now, and that's because it literally came all the way back down to the lows that we saw before it popped off in 2021. I know it has the potential to go up high very, very quickly, but every time, well, I've only traded it once. The time that we traded it here when we kind of bought, I think I told everybody, it's like I'm loading up on it in July. I was saying, hey, it hasn't popped yet when everything else is popping. I'll wait and see what happens. Before adding it, like, before getting hyped about it, but I want to at least buy a good amount here because it feels like it's going to pop. And then what happened with Sheeb, it actually popped pretty randomly. Go back in time a little bit. Well, yeah, even here today, it's popping off quite a bit. Well, this is a 50-minute chart, never mind. Oh, yeah, it's trying to break above that 20. You're going to see a lot of these tokens try to break above the 20 today, and they're going to try to have some nice moves. So altcoins are probably a better investment than Bitcoin if you guys are looking for some more volatility on the upside today. Let's go back over to the weekly chart. See, all of a sudden, within 1 week, it popped up that much. Popped up around 214% in 1 week. It's one of the reasons I still hold a small amount of Sheeb. I'm hoping it gets a little bit better. I'd like to see another big pop like that happen again. But when this was happening, like, when did this happen? This happened October of 2021. That was all the way over here. Forget all that. It was right over here. And then it really popped off. I sold mine pretty fast, and that's because, Secret Fish, he's in here still every now and again. He shorted the bejesus out of it, and it just caused that sucker to tank down all the way. It was definitely a brutal crash that day. Ethereum, Link, Matic. I can't see the other one, and Big Time. Big Time are my alts now. I can't see what's after Matic just because YouTube has this dumb little heart situation there. If I stretch this out, will it show me? No, it doesn't show me anything there. But yeah, I have so many altcoins right now, it's crazy. One of the safer things that people will do like you is just kind of load up on a few good quality ones and then see what happens over time because, of course, they're working out pretty well. I've been going berserk and buying up a whole bunch of stuff I can on exchanges. What I've been learning is, so I wanted to buy more tokens on Kraken. But over the past, I want to say few months, Kraken was kicked, maybe not this quarter, but last quarter, Kraken was kicked out of Washington State. So some of you guys may have access to Kraken, but I no longer have it. If I want to get something from that maybe I can't find many other places, usually the place I have to go to now is going to be crypto.com. So let's see. CoinMarketCap, exchanges, spot. See, so you got Kraken up here. This is the one I prefer to go to. But you know what? Crypto.com isn't bad. I own a lot of Crow. I've owned a lot of Crow for a while. But there we go. And you can see all the wallets and stuff like that. But basically, they have a bunch of tokens. So many tokens that it actually hurts my eyes to actually scroll down pages like this, so I'm not really looking at it. I'm looking at it through a smaller window where it's not going to hurt my eyes. But yeah, they have a ton of tokens. I mean, just absolutely a ton of tokens. So it makes it easier for me just to have all of my money in there. I'm always just kind of cautious because after FTX, I'm really hoping they have their shit together. I'm putting a lot of faith in them. For whatever reason, I'm usually okay with companies like Fairdesk or this, other ones I'm going to be working with. Just because futures trading is a little bit different. And the people that futures trade are definitely a little bit different than the people that just buy spot. Because like when you look at Fairdesk, they have a load of options here. These are my favorites, but they got a load of options is what I can be, day trading, swing trading and stuff like that. There are things that are up 17% today. There are things that are down 2% today. Nothing's really down. It looks like that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. But then if you go over here to their spot network, you know, there's like a handful of things right here. Maybe like 20, maybe even that, you know, which is fine, you know. But honestly, I'd want more. You know, I like to have more, which is why I've been moving over to crypto.com a little bit more and seeing how they're going to do it. I might put an affiliate link on theirs below, but you know, I'm not recommending you guys do any futures trading over there. It's mostly just to buy those tokens that you've been looking for and you can't really find many places, and you still want to adhere to US regulations or whatever regulations are in your country. It's usually maybe that one. Big Time is my dark horse. I think I own Big Time, actually. I don't think it's profitable yet. No, it's down like 24%. I bought it a long time ago. I accidentally sold it. Now I'm buying it again. Weekly chart, you know. I'm definitely hoping for something of a larger move to happen over the next few months on it. But, you know, again, if I have an average right now of, what is it? 40 cents, 41 cents, whatever you want to call it. You know, if it gets up to 80 cents, I'm happy with the 2x leverage. It goes higher, definitely happy. But Big Time itself, has a very small market cap. Ooh, sorry. My sister got me some San Pellegrino. I'm used to Pellegrino, but San Pellegrino. And it's I haven't had it before, but it's tasty. Or I don't think I've had it in a long time. I think I had it back in college. Oh, there's Bitcoin breaking out right there. Look at that. Who knew the resistance was going to be that tough of a nut to crack, though? Alright, so we do see Bitcoin having a little bit of a pop-off moment here. That's nice to see. And because of that, again, I go back to a lot of those altcoins. They're looking fine. Some of them, you might want to wait for the breakout. But, you know, if you're stuck waiting for a breakout, there's probably another coin that is already breaking out, and you can have some fun with that. I think what coin was breaking out earlier today? Was it ADA? Kind of had some volatility, though, with it. It's a little wonky. But it was having some nicer moves earlier. Oh, I'm sorry, Loki. Loki's trying to nap, and I keep on talking loud, and he's just like, what the heck is going on? He looks at me, grunts, and then goes back to bed. There you go. He doesn't even sleep on his bed in his kennel. He's sleeping on the carpet. He's like, this is much more comfortable than the bed you got me. More short term for me. Yeah, I could definitely understand that. I'm holding on to that sucker for a while. All-time highs type of stuff. How do I feel about Jasmy? Jasmy is something I used to not like all too much. You can see Bitcoin going higher now. This is that pop we were talking about a few minutes ago. Let me pull it up for you right here. I don't own a lot. I would say I own like maybe $300 worth of it, so it's not like my biggest thing. But while that's popping off, I'll keep this a little bit separate. Let's see. I know all this. I know all this. There you go. Looking for something specific. Why is it breaking on me? There we go. So I had on too small of a window on coinmarketcap.com, was not liking it. We all know the market cap is small, but I want to find the website. There we go. Alright, we'll do this very fast. So their website, I don't think it works with my computer for whatever reason, because I've always hated this. This was one of the main reasons I didn't invest in their token for the longest time. I was okay with it. They got their external advisors and stuff like that. But, you know, can I go over here? Okay, I haven't had to do this for quite a bit of time. English. Right. Here to this one. Should be fine. Just go over an article. English. Alright. This is going to be kind of weird. But basically, they're getting hyped up from abroad. And I kind of like when you see foreign money going into a project. Again, you see this. I'm just assuming this is because it's Japanese into English But yeah, they're starting to get more buzz. It's kind of that type of play. Am I invested a lot in it? No, but you know what? It looks like it can do some magic. And hey, Larry, I am definitely a swing trader. Definitely a swing trader. I like looking at day charts and stuff like that. But if I day trade, I feel like I normally would scalp. I feel like I normally would scalp. Like last night on the Telegram, where was that? Web Telegram. Go over here. Up a doop doo. Okay, here we go. Something I'm keeping my, oh, that's the oil one. You know, Bitcoin's going to try to make a short-term pop here. Excited to see what happens next. And that was when Bitcoin's price was at 42,000. You know, we were just breaking above that 50 there and trying to make a pop above 42. And we made more than a small pop. So I do scalping because I can kind of generally tell which way the price action is going to go in the short term. But after that, when it goes day by day, I don't hold on long enough to take all the profit. I just take my profit and run because I enjoy profit. Yes, I love sparkling water, including San Pellegrino. Was in Italy about 6 months ago, and it makes me think I'm on my travels there. Hey, Delilah, what do you call? You know, I go to a cigar lounge in Tacoma, Smoky Joe's, I think it's called. And when I'm there, you know, if I don't feel like drinking alcohol, because honestly, I don't really enjoy alcohol as much when I go out, as much as when I was younger. You know, maybe a glass of wine or something, or a cocktail if I'm out with my grandparents or something. But I've been finding myself just ordering a bottle of Pellegrino. That's been interesting. You go to the lounge, a bottle of Pellegrino, like a large bottle, is about $5. It's nice and cheap. If you go to Vegas, it like doubles up to $10. So it must be cheaper than $5 for a bottle of Pellegrino. I have yet to buy one myself, but it's pretty nice. Normally, I just do filtered water, but water from the sink, put in filter, nice and easy. But yeah, it's Pellegrino. Yeah, some good flavors. And you can even toss in some fresh fruit or some frozen fruit. It all works the same. What's right there? Bitcoin is going vertical. Well, if I zoom out a little bit, now we're having that breakout effect, and you're probably going to see some type of weird. Well, okay, in my opinion, we should have had a change of character right here to initiate some type of bullish move. That was another reason I was a little more bullish about the pop off about to happen here. But now we're looking at another change of character here, and I wondered, when I set this up, did I forget something? Swing. Oh, swing is none. Let's go to all. That change anything? Does not look like it changed anything whatsoever. That's okay. Yeah, but you are seeing that breakout here. As far as I'm concerned, and don't take this so heavily because I was just wrong about us continuing to go down over the next few weeks. I would think that we're going to have some type of another high and then consolidate a little bit more. And then possibly from there, we have the option of going higher or lower. Whatever happens there, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll have to wait a few more days. But now that we're breaking out above this, we have to come back up towards around like $45,000, it feels like. And so I might be kind of okay to do some buy-ins when it comes to Bitcoin there. Go right here. Get rid of all those. But I still am concerned with what happens over the next few weeks. So I'm probably actually going to be doing more day trading, Larry, than I would like to. Because I am thinking about doing some plays over here when it comes to Apple and stuff like that. Apple's consolidating a little bit. That trend line worked out okay, but it wasn't the craziest breakout. We're fine with that. Watching Apple right here. But when I normally want to trade Apple, it's not right as earnings are happening, so I'm just going to avoid it. If I was to do a yellow here, I'd do like a yellow. Apple had horrible iPhone sales, and they're going to be crashing all the way back down to like 180 or something. That's the yellow I would play here. I wouldn't be buying on the high end here. AMD, yeah, I could buy on the high end. I can imagine that. Earnings coming up pretty soon. Amazon earnings coming up pretty soon. I don't know why everybody's so excited about Amazon. It must be the cloud or something, but people are getting hyped for it. Go up here, Broadcom, weekly chart, looking perfectly fine. Everything's on a tear right now. Disney is even finding a way to come back. We talked about the breakup, but that was like weeks ago. It's making a move back up here to 104. I might even buy options on that. Energy companies on the other side, they're kind of all over the place. Devon Energy coming down. My beloved PXD still consolidating. It's been doing so much weird stuff over the past few weeks. Maybe because the technical, there's some support right there. But I mean, even then, looking at some wild stuff. Go over here, the dollar index. It's slowly creeping back up. I'm watching it closely, but it's just creeping back up a little bit here. U.S. oil, we're seeing a lot of volatility because of what's going on in the Middle East. I think I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Let's not get into the what's going on over there as far as is it ethical or whatever. But I want to say Iran is what I should be searching for. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe I should go to raw alerts. Alright, there we go. That's a chicken plant. Okay, there we go. So, as early as tonight, President Joe Biden will authorize U.S. military action in the Middle East. It seems like things are getting testy. Seems like things are getting kind of testy. I don't think this is enough. Bombing the Middle East, we've kind of done it plenty. I don't think it's enough to irritate the markets. But we did see when those attacks happened a while ago, you did see oil price really continue to go higher. And I'm just really hoping that calms us down a little bit. This to me matters more just because of inflation. The market in part is ripping right now because everybody knows that rates are going to be cut sometime in 2024. I think people have just been giving up on trying to time it because everybody wants to buy in, and if you're just buying in, you can hold on for the long term. Let's go back over here. We can see how that breakout is still going strong. And hey, Heather, happy to see you back. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Topo Chico? What is that? Remember, Bitcoin is up only? There's only a few tokens out there that are still close to the highs we saw a few weeks ago. Bitcoin is definitely one of them. There are a few, but yeah, the majority have crashed down quite a bit. I'm actually okay with that because, as I told you guys before, this was all about dollar cost average and getting more positions. I didn't get as many good positions on Bitcoin, to be frank, but altcoins, yeah, they gave me some good opportunities to go buy in there. As far as Microsoft is concerned, I haven't traded Microsoft in a minute, so let me double check. If the earnings are close, it's going to be much harder for me to give you any advice, so let me just double check. Daily chart. Yeah, earnings are literally tomorrow, it looks like. Tuesday the 30th. Yeah, they're tomorrow. So anything I tell you is not going to really be applicable just in a few hours. Okay. Now, when I see this right now, we are breaking out. Are we back in the new? Yeah, we're in new all-time high territory. When you see stuff like this, typically you want to see that breakout occur. Then you just kind of, well, let me zoom in here. You see the breakout on a weekly chart or a monthly chart, and you buy, and you just kind of hold on for a while. I typically don't buy during earnings weeks. I hardly even trade options during earnings weeks because the implied volatility will just it can kill you real fast. Even if the price goes in your way, the volatility just it can suck to see the price going up and your options going down. It still has momentum here. Earnings hasn't been bad here, hasn't been terrible. It just doesn't mean it wasn't great, but it doesn't mean it was terrible. Let's see. Yeah, the same breakup structure way back over here. It still looks like it's raring to go as far as what you might be looking for. That next level is going to be kind of crucial here. Way up here, 433. Oh man, I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, but based off of how we just kind of rallied up here over the past few days, a whole bunch of money just seems to be going straight in there. I'd say you probably might hit this level by March if you're lucky. And if the market continues to start, trying to tear, you'll be in a decent spot. Is that matched up fine? Yeah, it is matched up fine. Is that matched up fine? Yeah, that's fine. So that next stop where you might be looking at some resistance seems to be kind of right up here on 431. Let me zoom out a little bit there. Let me go to the weekly chart. Everything's pretty bullish as far as oscillators and stuff like that. I just want to take a peek here though. Where is it? Where did I already pass it? I feel like my eyes aren't working properly. Oh, there we go. I just skipped a whole section. Alright, how accurate is this? A little bit, not so much in the red. That's fine. Accurate. Alright. That next level might be around 420 if you don't want to wait for that 430 level. You know how it kind of is gliding up a little bit. It's just that I wouldn't be trading this because of earnings. And typically I don't trade Microsoft, and I'm not going to be trading Microsoft until they do another split. When it comes to just buying up shares, because $400 for a share is freaking insane. Let me do one other thing. So this one should be like a shift or a modded. Oh, that's inside. Wow. Let's go to a modded shift. Got a little bit of upside. This one's, it's been pretty accurate. A little bit, some issues, but it's overall fine. You are heading to a little bit of resistance coming up. I don't think it's enough to really kill you though. It just looks like a little bit of consolidation. Yeah, no matter which way you look at it, just a little bit. I wouldn't say it's going to be a whole bunch. Earnings is the biggest thing you have to worry about. If you have a good bill of health from the earnings, and it doesn't be great. Again, it can come down like the last earnings over here comes down a little bit. If that occurs, or what did I say over here? You're going to use that pretty much as a level of buying some shares up for a longer term play where you're waiting for another breakout to take off and you can double down on that breakout. This breakout happened, looks like right over here somewhere. But yeah, it's fine. 2-hour chart. Now everything's just sailing right now. There's nothing really blocking this. You have some short-term resistances and things like that. But I mean, as soon as it makes another pop, you see everybody load up, and then it's off to the races. Everybody seems to be they already know what the earnings is going to be. They're all betting, they're all betting the 49ers are going to beat the Lions. That's the best way to put it. Might be a little bit scary in the earnings report, but basically it's going to keep on going up. Hey, I'm happy to see you back. Remember when the AMC era, man, money was good when it was squeezing? I remember that up until the day that, I sold off a lot earlier than everybody else, as I normally do. But then I saw what happened when the Robinhood started cutting everybody off from buying it. That I had never seen so much chaos in the market because so many people had invested so much money that when they killed it and then they lied about it on top of that, the whole world just turned upside down in America because everybody was just so upset, so freaking mad. A lot of passions back in the day, a lot of passions for trading. And hey, Larry, how's the UCO 2X crude oil ETF? I'm still bullish on oil. I know I've been saying that for a long time, and mostly because the dividends are just so freaking good. But, oil hasn't let me down yet. I've been holding it for a while. I've been buying some more over time, but even when it's come down, it hasn't necessarily just fallen off a cliff like, the price may suggest sometimes. Oil is making a little bit of a comeback, not a major one, but it's been good. It's been good just to hold some oil, get some dividends, and continue to let my money work for me as I kind of focus on a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm up 100% on my Tau, had already taken some profits, but seeing this as a long-term hold, my question is, when would be a good accumulation point to add to my position? Delilah, what was your last question? Oh, you're asking specifically about Tau. I see what you're saying. Bitget, maybe the best one. If it's hitting all-time highs like this already, I don't know what the market cap is for it, so let me just double check here. Do I not? Oh, I don't have it open anymore. That's the 430. Why is this number like this? So $602 million is number 100. Why does this say $2.6 billion market cap? 2.6 billion. That would have it matched up here with Filecoin, Immutable X, and First Digital USD. The market cap must be wrong here. Well, that's 428. No, same price. Yeah, that's I didn't spell Deco right. That's okay. That's not what I was searching for. Oh, 2.5 billion. What is going on here? But this one says it's price number 39. So this one says 39 and not so. Cryptocurrencies by market cap. Tau. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Sorry. CoinMarketCap.com just kind of broke my brain for a second. I just wanted to confirm to see if it's actually accurate or not. So you're seeing a pretty nice breakout off of it. The market cap is getting pretty high, of course. That means you're not going to see crazier gains as time goes on. They'll still be good. But since you bought in, you'll see the actual crazy percentage because you were able to buy in low. If you're looking at a $2.6 billion crypto token right now, I could say this might even get up towards $1,000 to $1,200 or so. And then from there, I might be looking to scale out. When you're looking at stuff that's actually already breaking out to new all-time highs, while Bitcoin's kind of doing fine, but Bitcoin's also not going up to all-time highs, typically what I'll be looking for here are some of those longer-term Fibonacci patterns, and then I'll be looking to see kind of how that may time up with what Bitcoin's doing. So if we go over here, we're going to go over here to the weekly chart, not the monthly. All right, two different ways you can look at this. First one is all the way back over here. How did this work out? It worked out a little bit, but really not too much. Let me go back up over here. There we go. That one worked out a little bit better. Let's go over here to a daily chart and just examine very fast. See, how did it work? A little bit right there, a little bit right there, a little bit right there. Not really right there. It kind of just broke out too fast. Fine there. There. Oh, no, I'm breaking. Okay, I actually think this is fine right here. Now, when I see this one, though, I have to add on some extras. And you don't have to do this one. Which one is that turquoise one that I'm looking at? 6.18? No, which... Oh, the 4.64. Oh, that's about as high as it goes, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. All right, and then in that case, we're going up another level. All right, so that target price will be somewhere around 539. But realistically, if it keeps on going up and Bitcoin keeps on going up, you could see that $1,000 mark being a pretty good target, which is kind of crazy. But again, it's 2.5 billion. It can go towards $10 billion if it catches fire, so to speak. Typically, though, just to kind of like hammer it down, you could try to start scaling off your first 5% at around $500.
After that, you're really looking at a 10% scale out level, maybe every $200 after that. So like a $700, a $900, an $1,100, $1,000 if you want to just set it there. And then if you notice that Bitcoin's looking very bad at one point in time, so you're seeing the death crosses happen after all-time highs or something like that, you could of course sell even more. But at this point, because this rally is so early, there's not really an incentive to really sell large amounts of your long-term altcoins, unless in certain circumstances where they're pumping up so fast that you just feel like, oh, okay, yeah, why not? It's okay to lock them in, but some people don't like to lock in profits until like way down the line when you see Bitcoin visually like having some crazy days up to 80,000, 90,000 and stuff like that. But good call on the Tau. It's moving up pretty well. There's not going to be much like the AMC area for a while. Basically, the easiest way to do it is just to start loading up on altcoins that you know you've done some research on, and just let the market work for you. As of now, there's still lots of altcoins that are still down quite a bit from the highs we experienced about a month and a half ago or so, a little bit over a month and a half ago. Those are still going to be good opportunities. You know, of course, coinmarketcap.com. Is this zoomed in? Yeah, my head just does not like it like that. Filters, ad filter, market cap. You know, find something under $400 million. And then just find something that has a price under $1, basically. Most of the time, a lot of people will be hopping into these ones and see where they go. These will change frequently depending on how fast the market's moving up and down, because if a whole bunch of stuff crashes, a lot of stuff that was over 500 million will become $500 million market caps, and then you know they'll retake the rankings here. You know, I own stuff like Ajax over here, Hot, Loopring, I own a little bit of that, SafePal, I own a little bit of that, Floki. I don't think I own any of that, but people have been talking about it for quite a bit of time. My long-term risky play on this is Dogelon Mars. That's the one. Theta Fuel, I've owned that for a while. Jasmine Coin, I own a little bit of that. Just talked about that a few minutes ago. Raven Coin, I don't own any of it, but it's been around forever. Ocean Protocol, I own quite a bit of that. It's been fine to me so far. Audio, I own that one. Harmony One, I own some of that. So, you know, I'm not talking about me owning like thousands of dollars worth of tokens here, but I own some. You know, a few hundred bucks, few hundred bucks, few hundred bucks. Sometimes just $50. You'd be surprised. There's big time right there. I own maybe like a couple $100 in that with leverage, but it's been moving up relatively well. So I'm waiting to see what happens. Yield Guild Games. I don't own this one, but it seems like it's been doing very well over the past year. So you know, open it up. $139 million market cap. Open the website up. Guild Adventure, Guild Advancement Program, Build Your Gaming Reputation. Season 4 ends November 8th, 2023. So I don't know if they ever did a season 5 or they're building it up. I'm not entirely sure. This is where you would have to go into their website and learn much more. You know, New York server, Latin American server. Looks like they're just breaking into the American market. So maybe that's a time to be buying in. Go over here to their Twitter account. 185,000 followers. The world's first and biggest Web3 gaming guild where you can make friends, discover games, and level up. It seems to be doing fine. They posted yesterday. They got some likes. It looks fine. Looks fine. So now maybe that's another $50 lost for me. To be frank, I haven't been investing as much as I wanted to. I got started smoking. Well, I guess I've been smoking cigars for a while, but basically, I have a friend. I won't tell you who he is. He's a good guy, and he has Cuban cigars. So I've basically just been buying some really good Cuban cigars, and I've been smoking them, and they've been absolutely amazing. So I've been building up my cigar collection for the other YouTube channel that I'm going to be working on here pretty soon. I kind of put that on the back burner for January. Literally tonight I'm smoking a cigar and recording it for ASMR effects just for fun. But yeah, stuff like that. So we'll see how that how all of that works. But yeah, things are looking good. 2.5 billion. Yeah, yeah. It's just weird to see it not on there when it comes to coin market cap. I hate when it doesn't add up. I have to go verify. I always have to verify. So yeah, no worries. I'm happy to help you out. And hey, Matt, it's happy to see you. YGG is really cool. Have been at it for a while. See, as long as there's stuff out there that keeps people interested in them, and they actually have a good social media department, there's a good chance that they can kind of get more and more buyers over time. What you usually see happening a lot of those smaller tokens, not about YGG, but just small tokens, there is usually a small, like very excited community about it because they bought in so early, probably before it even got on to many exchanges, and so they own, they're like mini whales basically. So if it just hits a $1 billion market cap or $5 billion market cap, they're millionaires, and so they will spend tons and tons of time promoting about it, talking about it with their friends and stuff like that. And maybe if they're lucky, it goes up to that high valuation. It rarely happens because you're not usually looking for those types of tokens on CoinMarketCap.com. You're looking for them on DEX tools and things like that, where you see tokens going up 4,000% or 35,000% in a day. These are very small amounts of liquidity, so it may go up 10,000%, but you could buy it after it went up 10,000%. Within a matter of minutes, it can be all the way back down, and you just lost like 99.9% of your money. So you have to be careful with it. But if you want to just toss some money away, and like this one was like $30, $170, $800. Oh my god. This person sold 79 cents. Like, what are you gonna do with that 79 cents? Just leave it in there, see where it goes. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. DEX tools, there's a whole bunch of tokens out here. But if I go over here to Juno, these are Solana. I don't want to check out Solana. I want to go out here to all chains. Seems like Solana chain's getting some activity though. Neuralink. Let's just go to Juno. Market cap. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is why I'm concerned. But market cap is 94,000. Liquidity is 20,000. So you could pop in $5 and turn it into like $50,000. But it's very likely. It's like getting how many games in the NFL? Like a full parlay. You're getting every single game right for the whole year of your team, and the exact score on top of it. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. You could try, but there are some people who just it went up 3,000%. They're gonna flip that $5 for a few $100 or something like that and see where they can go. But again, since the liquidity is so small, just because it says it's up 3,000% doesn't mean if you sell, you're walking away with a 3,000. You're gonna have to do a limit order and then hope to God that somebody is gonna buy it at that price down the road. That's how you flip it. But if there's nobody willing to buy it, you're just sitting there like, hey, I got this candy cane here. This what can I sell you guys? Oh, okay. I got this iPhone here. I know it's only worth probably like $1,200, but you know what? I just drove the price up to around $80,000. It's still an iPhone, but it's $80,000 iPhone. And so you're hoping that somebody just doesn't realize it, and they're going on to some website. They see that, oh, there's an iPhone that I want. It's probably not that much, then they buy it, and they're like, oh shit. That's basically what you're waiting for. I do it every now and again with options that may have flattened out or something. I'll just do a limit order, and then if somebody buys it, somebody buys it. But sometimes they rarely buy it. It's only happened a handful of times, I would say. Let's see. Juno, anything else? Trump, Tuna, Polygon, Juno, Tyro. Live new pairs. All right. So here's a live new pair listed since 1 minute and 12 seconds. No audits detected. So it was just done. So all these are over the past few minutes. So lots of selling going on here. I don't know why. Somebody's bought, somebody sold. You can see this brand new chart. brand new chart. Can I go over here to the last second chart? Opened up, rallied up a little bit, dumped, and then we're just gonna see how far this dumps. Total market cap is $408. Excuse me. I was gonna say $408,000, but no, it's $400. You can try to toss in like $20, make it $428. See, it went up a little bit, but I mean, you can see the volatility. You can see the volume here, how it's so tiny. They're just so risky. But if you want to do risk, I can maybe make a video on those types of stuff. You just have to go into it with the mindset that you're gambling. And then you're probably going to have to get into some telegram groups to kind of learn more about the project and stuff like that. When I see stuff like that, though, it's just such a long shot. That's really what it is. It's just such a long shot. It's just such a long shot. It's so difficult. The small buyers are probably bots. 99% true. I already left it. A lot of times you'll see a lot of spam links on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube on the bottom, and they'll take you to those random tokens or a website for those random tokens, and they'll say, hey, swap or something, and people a lot of people, including myself, when we first get into crypto, we just make a mistake. But they make that mistake, they buy it, then they don't know how to sell it, they just kind of panic, and they see them going up or they see it going down. It's chaos. But a lot of it's just like somebody just buying $5. There are people that have programs out there designed to go after these tokens. As soon as they open up, buy $20 worth, buy $5 worth, buy $1 worth. There's like one that's like $1, and then you pay the fee, so it's like maybe $2, $3 of thing. But like it buys like maybe like 10% of all random tokens that come out. If that token goes up over the next like few months, up like $100,000, they made a decent profit, or 100,000%, excuse me, which can happen here, of course, not normally. They made some money, but it's like a very high upkeep business, and it's just wild. It's wild. Let's see. Hey Shannon. We talked about a few things so far. The first thing was that I was wrong about that last dip. I thought we were going to dip further back, maybe back down to what, 36, 37,000. We barely dipped to 38,000. So now I'm basically watching to see what happens next. I'm torn because since we are moving up higher, I'm kind of thinking, was that drop? Was that it? Was that all we're going to get? Are we going to move up higher from there? That's the first thing. Second thing is Bitcoin is managing to have this small breakout right now, or it's kind of died back down a little bit, but it's trying to have this breakout above this old level of resistance back up around 43,578. And then from there, we have a move to go up a little bit higher, probably back up to $45,000. The way I'm viewing all of this is I kind of feel like we're looking at a lower high from where we were kind of peaking back over here towards $50,000 a few weeks ago. That's what I feel like is happening. But because I was wrong about that last dip, I'm kind of just saying, okay, perhaps at this point, I better not go too crazy with any shorts or anything like that. I'll wait to see if we decide to break down below the 20-week moving average sometime in February. If that does come to fruition, then I'll probably get a little bit more bearish. But even then, I'm just kind of like, patience is key for me right now. I was able to dollar cost average, but not nearly as much as I wanted to, because I wanted us to be down a little bit lower than where we were this week, and kind of, that'd be my opportunity to really buy up a lot of the lesser known ones that have lower market caps, are much more risky. I was going to be buying them this week, so I pretty much bought, a lot of Matic last week, some small ones like Fetch AI and stuff, but I missed out on some opportunities. And so far today, we're seeing that things are starting to reverse. We had a buy signal yesterday. We'll see if that ends up having us to be another big pump. The way Bitcoin's looking, though, we could easily have another big pump of another $1,000 tomorrow. After that, things get a little bit more difficult, I would say, but the opportunity's there. Are we going to be breaking out above these highs? I'm not convinced yet, but depending on how good of a day we have tomorrow, then I'll be, watching to see what happens. As far as the news is concerned, I am just a little bit wary. You can see right here, as early as tonight, President Joe Biden will authorize U.S. military action in the Middle East. If that does happen, that may cause oil prices to spike up a little bit. And inflation ticked up last month. I wonder if it's going to inflation's going to be ticking up this month as well. But I haven't talked about that yet. So inflation report times. Release date February 13th. So a couple weeks away for January. I'm wondering if that's going to be good or bad. I think it's going to be bad, just because oil prices have been going up. So we heard December's data in July. December's oil, you know, kind of back over here, peaked up a little bit, nothing too crazy. January, still around that same level, but now we're getting towards the end of January, and now we're seeing prices go back up again. I'm a little bit more concerned. I don't know if gas prices, they have gone up a little bit, but I wouldn't say that's crazy. It's still down a little bit from last month ago average, year ago average. So overall, they're still kind of staying steady, which kind of gives me a little bit more hope. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm still kind of wary about it because of all the supply chain issues going on. Oil is part of it. I guess the Middle East is another part of it. Middle East is just, who knows what's going on over there, but it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. And I think we're going to keep on bombing people. People are going to keep on bombing themselves, and Houthis will keep bombing shipping lanes. Shipping lanes would, frankly, I'm a pretty callous guy. Sometimes when I'm looking at the market and stuff like that, I don't think about the human impact. I'm like, they're bombing ships. That causes ships to deter. That deterring around, like, you know, the straits and stuff. That costs a lot of money. That money will impact lives over here in America. That's how I'm thinking about it. And that impact will be felt in one way or another. I just don't know if it's going to show up on this inflation report or not. Let's see. Right there. Hey, Wilder. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, I'm going to call it a night as far as the stream's concerned. I have to go make a video for my cigar channel here. Hopefully that'll take off eventually. A few things before, I just gave you kind of a wrap up here, but keep an eye on Bitcoin. The volatility has kind of got me reeling back in my seat, so to speak. I'm not really thinking of doing too many trades. I'm thinking of maybe doing a small short, kind of around 44,000, that I'll be using as a level of a stop loss for that will kind of be around $45,000. So it'll be a small position just to kind of test the waters and see what happens. But as far as I'm concerned right now, Bitcoin's kind of making a tear. I'm excited to see it continue to go up, but I'm also watching some of these altcoins that have a lot more upside than Bitcoin right now. So I'd much be more like, sorry guys, I've been out of practice for a few days. I'm much more likely to load up on altcoins while doing some day trading than I am Bitcoin at this point, because those altcoins are up against some really large levels of resistance. And if they pop, they'll be nice, maybe few hour pops, but they'll be pops on the list, okay? So, hope you guys all have a good rest of your day. And Loki, of course, says hello if he comes up here. Oh, there's Loki. He's being very good with the day. There you go. All right, see you guys a little bit later.